All right, my fellow apes, all my fellow bag holders out there, if you are hurting right now, I've got some good news for you. With Nokia, we have some solid news on the horizon. I'm excited to talk about this stock today. Let's get into the video. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Trades, where we give technical analysis on different stocks in the stock market, as well as potential buy, hold, or sell opinions on these given stocks. I'd like to preface by saying that I'm not a financial advisor nor expert, so take what I say with a grain of salt. Let's just get right into the video. So today, we're going to be giving you guys an update on ticker symbol NOK, Nokia. And I do have a position in this stock to be completely transparent. It is in my Fidelity account, but I don't want you guys to think I'm pumping it. So I'm going to tell you right now that I do have a position for your information. I actually love this company. It got wrapped into the Wallstreetbets situation, but it is actually a really solid company. So we're going to look at this on the 1 month chart, as well as the 1 day, 1 minute chart, give you both a macroscopic and microscopic perspective of the price action here. I've got a couple different indicators pulled up. The RSI, which is the relative strength index. Anything over 70 is overbought. Anything under 30 is oversold. The 200 EMA and the 15 MA. The 200 EMA is this purple line. It is the exponential moving average over a 200-day moving period. And this is a price action based valuation trend line over a 200-day moving period. And then we do have the 15 MA, the moving average. Some brokerage accounts call this the SMA, the simple moving average. And this is just a price action based valuation trend line over a 15-day moving period. I use these both to give both a macroscopic and microscopic perspective of price action so we can predict breakouts, right? For instance, if you've gotten into Nokia back when this crossover first happened back here, you would have been able to get in at about what would have been $3.98. And even without this huge spike and run up, you could have got out at $5.34, which is a pretty solid return on the day. You can't be mad about that in the least bit. And things on the charts are looking better now. So we're going to look at that. I've got a Fibonacci retracement that I could draw, but I'm not going to because this is absolutely terrible. really harsh retracement. We're going to talk about the company. I do have a news article pulled up that I'm going to show you guys that should be pretty solid, should help out the overall price action here on the chart, and talk about why I think it is going to do pretty decent today. So let's just get right into the video. First off, if you're not familiar with what Nokia is, we're going to read you off a quick article from their website. Summary, I should say. Nokia Oyj is a Finland-based company engaged in the network and internet protocol infrastructure, software, and related services market. The company's businesses include Nokia Networks and Nokia Technologies. The company's segments include ultra broadband networks, IP networks and applications, and Nokia Technologies. The ultra broadband networks segment comprises mobile networks and fixed networks operating segments. The IP networks and application segment comprises IP and optical networks and applications and analytics operating segments. The applications and analytics operating segment offers software solutions spanning customer experience management, network operations and management, communications and collaboration, policy and charging, as well as cloud, Internet of Things, security, and analytics platforms that enable digital services providers and enterprises to accelerate and optimize their customer experience. We just check out their website really quick and take a quick peek at what we've got here to look at. Nokia has a lot of great stuff that we can talk about. So, you know, they've got their Q4 2020 earnings, which I will show you an article about. They've got creating positive business momentum in 2021 with 6 early signals, digital transformation, data fabrics, right? We've got the Nokia phone, which is cool. A network could look like on the moon. They've got the 5G satellites that they're trying to get into space. I think there's a lot of potential here with Nokia. And we do have an article that was posted today, February 4th at 6:15 a.m. Eastern Time. Now let's just check this out quick. Nokia will be discussing their earnings results and their 2020 fourth quarter earnings call to be held today on February 4th, 2021 at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. To listen to this event live or access a replay of the call, visit this website. To receive updates for this company, you can register by emailing these guys. Investor Network is a financial content community serving millions of unique investors, markets, information, etc., etc., etc. So we are expecting their Q4 earnings today. And from what I've read, it does seem like we are expecting to have somewhere between 10 and 13 cents earning, which is, you know, within their range, right? They predicted that, and it could be an overall pretty solid day. We did see a little bit of a drop right here, right? But I suppose 7 o'clock Eastern time would be right about now, I think. I'm not great with numbers and stuff. Math's not my thing. I'm an investor first and foremost, but I got my degree in nutrition, guys. So you have to take that into consideration. But with that being said, I do think that could act as a positive catalyst for the stock, and I would not be surprised to see it test and break $5, test out $5.30. And we're just going to look here at the charts and see what we can figure out about what's going on with Nokia, the best possible entry points, and how this chart is going to play out. So previous price action. We did just have a cross under of the 15 MA underneath the 200 EMA. Typically a pretty bearish indicator. That indicates that the price action in the last 15 days is not moving as well as the previous 200, right? So that means microscopically speaking, we're not moving as well as we have in the past. And that is because of this huge pump, right? So we had WSB riding really hard on Nokia for a little bit there. And it is because they had a pretty high short interest. And if we actually pull up the Nokia short interest, we can take a peek at what this looks like. I doubt it is as high as it was before, but we can take a quick peek here on Fintel and give you an idea of what it looks like. So if we pull up Nokia's short interest as of the 3rd of February, it is still 13.72 million, which was 14% of the total market volume. In comparison to what we've seen in the past, that is pretty significantly lower. So I do think a lot of these shorts are kind of done messing around with the stock. So it should behave a little more nicely. We do have the Q4 earnings as I mentioned earlier. And that is why we saw this huge pump right up to $8.84. And retracement wise, I know I said I wouldn't do this, but it retraced very harshly. We almost gave back 100% of it. I'd say that was about 90. But like I said, that is a big asterisk, right? This is a very unprecedented event, and that did affect the overall stock price pretty significantly. In terms of volume, the volume is a little bit lower than we have seen here in the past. RSI is trading at 42 right now, which is actually a pretty good time to buy in. In fact, the stock is moving as we speak. It is currently trading at 455 here in the pre-market, and I very highly anticipate that this can break $5 today. If the Q4 earnings does go well, I think it is very possible to see a break of $5. We are still, as crazy as this seems, moving in an ascending channel. We are still setting higher lows and higher highs. We did have a pretty harsh pullback. This does look like a head and shoulders pattern. Here's the head, shoulder, neckline, right? But I don't anticipate we're going to drop below previous highs here of 382, right? I think you're going to continue to see Nokia grow, and that's how it's looking right now. We do have that ascending channel. On the flip side, we have a descending level of resistance. So if we connect a couple different touch points here in the next 2 days or so, I would anticipate that you see a break above this trend line because macroscopically speaking, we are still bullish. We are still setting higher highs and higher lows, even if it is just microscopically, just barely, right? You take this blip out of there, I think you're pretty likely to see not anywhere near as much sell-off. I think people panicked a little bit because Nokia is a good company, guys. There's a lot of money tied to doing things that nobody's ever done before. Putting a 5G satellite into space is astronomical. That'd be insane. So that's how it looks right now. As far as entry points go, we know that we do have this ascending level of support right here, right? And if you were to enter on the bottom of the support line, you'd be getting at about $4.51, which is currently on the oversold territory of the RSI, meaning that the stock is likely undervalued. Typically, when a stock is oversold, it is undervalued. You do not want to sell when a stock is being oversold. You want to buy on the dips, sell on the rips, and you're going to look pretty good here with Nokia. So this is a great buying opportunity. I don't think there's a lot of risk involved. I think the downside, really, you're looking at maybe about $4.06, so 50 cents, right? Not a lot of risk involved, but there is a lot of upside. There's a ton of upside. I think Nokia in the next couple of months has a lot of potential to have some pretty insane growth, especially if they can make that happen. The overall 5G satellite, I don't see why this stock couldn't hit $7-8 again here in the future. And we do have quite a few bids coming in as of right now. There are 90,000 orders waiting to be filled at $4.51. So if this does pull back, I'd expect a lot of orders to get filled, as we are expecting that right now. So macroscopically speaking, this is pretty neutral. We do have the 15 MA just underneath the 200 EMA, currently a little bit oversold on the RSI. Great time to buy in. Currently in a compressing and squeezing down a price action. We have this squeeze down on the pennant formation, right? The price action is getting thinner and thinner, tighter and tighter. That is typically a sign of an upcoming explosive movement. And this catalyst could act exactly as that. So that is how that looks right now. We've got that head and shoulders pattern, which I don't think is going to play out into fruition. Volume down a little bit. I anticipate that being up today in comparison to what we've seen. Entry point is going to be perfect, right around $4.51 if you are able to get in at that point. Going to change over here to the 1 day, 1 minute chart just for any last minute things that we can see. Price action was a little bit ugly, but we did see a stair stepping of higher lows and higher highs, an upward moving channel. And we did actually see the 15 MA trading over the 200 EMA for most of the day. That's not bad. We ended the day a little bit green, right? We ended the day green, and we gapped up in the pre-market before that. So I anticipate that you're pretty likely to see a continuation here. I mean, we did see a pretty hard gap down, but it is looking pretty bullish here in the pre-market, coming back up to some of those previous highs. So I don't mind Nokia. I think this is a great opportunity to get into the this stock for very cheap. I think that gap down is pretty unwarranted. I think you're not going to do bad whatsoever getting into the stock. That is what I have for the video today. So if you enjoyed it, please drop a like. It really does help support the channel, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this. Lastly, I have an affiliate link in the description box down below for Webull. This is version 4 for the desktop. They've got great charting, great utilization, easy to learn. If you use my link, you'll get 4 free stocks with a $100 deposit. I will also receive a free stock. Great way to support the channel. If you're not interested, my friends, that's totally fine. I promise you. I'm just glad you're taking the time to watch my videos and support the channel. So thank you for watching, my friends, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.